On today's video, I'm going to do a 15-week pregnancy update. On today's video, I'm going to do a 15-week pregnancy update. Hi everybody, my name's Chloe and I am the mum to a little girl called India who is 10 months old, and on this channel you can expect to see anything from parenting. So if you're new here, please think about subscribing and let's get straight into the video. So I thought I'd do a little pregnancy update. There's not much to update you on, not a lot has changed. One of the things that I will say is that my kind of morning sickness, my instant feeling of sickness has definitely gone. However, because India is so young, I'm still carrying her around and playing with her and basically looking after her full time. I do get a lot more tired and I'm tired quicker, which means that I actually start to feel sick. I do feel sick sometimes. So I have noticed with this pregnancy, if I'm really tired, then I do feel sick quite easily. So I really have to watch sort of how much I'm doing during the day, which is really important. I am noticing that I am drinking a lot more. I am snacking as well. So the snacks sort of that I'm having are like toast or breadsticks. I try to be healthy. Sometimes I have a biscuit because you just need that stodge. But I try to be healthy as much as I can. The other thing that has been happening is that last weekend we went to a local country fair. It was a really hot weekend and I started to get clammy hands, started to feel really sick and thought I was going to faint. So I thought if I don't sit down now, I'm going to pass out. And that happened to me twice in that day, and we thought it was because of the heat. So, you know, obviously I drank a lot of water, tried to stay out of the sun, tried to stay hydrated and lots of food inside me, etc. And then the other day we went to our local shopping centre and we were kind of running around it like headless chickens because we needed to get to another shopping centre quickly for India's lunch. And I started to feel it then as well. So I think this sort of feeling of unwellness comes on when I'm tired or hungry or I'm doing too much. But it's weird how it only ever comes on every so often, because sometimes I walk into town and that takes about half an hour and I feel absolutely fine. So I'm not really sure why that's happening. I do see my midwife in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to ask her about it as well. The other thing I'm going to ask my midwife about as well is when I was pregnant with India, I had strep B and I had antibiotics during the labour. So I'm going to make sure that I have antibiotics for this baby as well, because some people said if you've had strep B with your first, you'll have antibiotics with your second. And strep B really scares me. Some of the stories that I've heard really scare me, and I just need to find out a bit of more medical information really. I know there is a charity that sends you lots of information on it, but when I last spoke to one midwife about it, they don't ever seem concerned, and I don't really understand why, because it's really dangerous and it's really a life killer. So yeah, so I'm going to talk to my midwife about that as well. I'm sleeping okay. I'm having a lot of vivid dreams, which I didn't have with India, which is really interesting. I slept really well last night. My bump isn't really getting any bigger. Let me show you. So this is my tummy. That is a no bump. Well, maybe it is a bit. It looks, the thing that I don't like about pregnancy at such an early stage is that you look fat over pregnant, because if someone was to look at your bare tummy, they'd be like, is she fat or is she pregnant? So I'm not very keen on this early stage of pregnancy. I prefer to get a proper bump where it's quite clearly that I'm pregnant. We are heading off to Centre Park soon, and I bought a really nice new swim costume, which thank God fits really well considering I'm pregnant. But let's face it, I've hardly got a bump. That is another thing a lot of people are saying to me, and I don't quite know how to respond. Like, I say, oh, I'm pregnant. They say, oh, how many weeks are you? And I say 15 tomorrow, or like 15 or whatever. And they go, oh, you don't look pregnant. How do I respond to that? Like, I don't find it offensive, they're just stating the obvious really, but I don't understand how to respond to it, because I just go, well, I am, you know, or like, you know, just go, oh yeah, well, I am. I don't know how else to respond to it. It's a really interesting comment for someone to make, but no, you know, it doesn't offend me, so I'm not bothered, but it was just quite a funny story. Other than that, I've not really had any cravings. I did have a takeaway Indian. I hope my mum's not watching this. And I kind of regretted that the next day because my stomach hurt. So to be honest, I don't think I'll have a takeaway Indian again anytime soon. So yeah, that is my 15-week pregnancy update. There isn't a lot to update you on here, which is why I'm not doing weeklies, because I think it would just be the same thing every single week. We obviously haven't bought much for the baby yet. We're just hanging back a little until maybe about 20 weeks, and then we'll full steam ahead, and also until we've got a bit more money to buy the baby new things. If you enjoyed this pregnancy update and you want to see more, please remember to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to check out all the links down below, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.